Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jack, this is Jthbooks, and I think this week I'm going to let the TBR jar decide what I read. Good morning, it is time for another Thursday reading vlog. I call these the Thursday reading vlogs because I start them on a Thursday, they go up for you on a Thursday, but they do span all week, so I don't quite know why really, where that little nicknames come from. But welcome to a Thursday reading vlog, and this week I'm going to let the TBR jar with prompts in it decide what I read. I'm a little bit nervous. If you didn't see a couple of weeks ago, I decorated this TBR prompt jar. Look at that. Can you tell I love the Grinch? Did you notice? And it's got an array of different prompts in here. Now, one prompt could decide my reading for the whole week. So, for example, it says read from the library all week, and I'd have to either request books or just go down the library and pick a book up, and then hopefully a request will come in if I've ordered one online or whatever. Or it will just say read a book from the library, so that would just be one. Then when I finished that book, I would then pick again from the jar. So this could be a one-time deal. It could be a one pick, or it could be multiple picks this week. What I will say, there's a prompt in here that says go to the shop, buy me a book and read that, or to the library one. If that happens today, I can't do it. I can't do it because I'm going out with my auntie today. Not that I particularly want to go, but, she was being nice, so I couldn't say no. So if that happens today, we'll have to put that back in. But other than that, if it was a normal Thursday, I would do it. I'd go straight to Waterstones, I'd buy it, and I'd come home and read it. Because, any excuse to buy a book. So, if it's that one or the library one, we'll have to put it back and do it again. But other than that, let's find out what I'm going to read. Let's find out what the prompt is. Some of you have put some in here, which is very wonderful. Well, it turns out I can't get my hand in the jar. The jar's not big enough to put my hand in. Great. Okay, I've got one. I'm so nervous. I've got one. I'll show you first, as always. I can see it's upside down. A book over 600 pages. Oh my gosh. Well, friends, we're only going to be reading one book this week. Only one book this week. But, a book over 600 pages. Can't believe that has happened to me. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? I mean, is Demon Copperhead over 600 pages? Do I go for Demon Copperhead? It's not. It's 546. That's going back. Oh, no. Okay. I do need to read Game of Thrones. Could this be an option? Let me see how many pages it is quick. No. It's a 570 something. Okay. I can't believe Demon Copperhead. I found one. The Scottish Boy. Could that be over 600 pages? Let me get that down because I can't do that with the camera, and then we'll have a look. Okay, let's see if The Scottish Boy by Alex de Campi is over 600 pages. It looks like it will be, but I thought that about Demon Copperhead. It's not. I don't know if I've got a book over 600 pages. There must be. Let me have a look elsewhere. I found one. The Convent of Water by Abraham Verghese. It's actually over 700 pages, but that's the only one I can find. It's the only one I can find. I did not expect to be reading this week. I cannot lie to you. I brought this a long time ago, actually. Well, enough to buy it in hardback. I know it was an Oprah's book club. So, let's find out what it's about. And then I'm going to start reading this right now before I go out, because otherwise you're not going to get an update from me for ages. Oh my god. But sometimes with the big book where I know it's big, I do sort of power through it because I think, well, it's going to take me forever. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Spanning the years 1900 to 1977, The Convent of Water follows a family in southern India that suffers a peculiar affliction. In every generation, at least one person dies by drowning. And in Kerala, water is everywhere. At the turn of the century, a 12-year-old girl, grieving the death of her father, is sent by boat to her wedding, where she will meet her 40-year-old husband for the first time. From this poignant beginning, the young girl and future matriarch, known as Big Amici, will witness unthinkable changes over the span of her extraordinary life, full of joy and triumph as well as hardship and loss, her faith and love the only consonants. Okay. The TBR has spoken, a book over 600 pages. I'm going to start reading this right now. Well, actually, I've got to make some content first, quick. And then I'm going to read this. My goodness. Okay. It's fine. I'm happy. Good morning. It's Friday. I didn't film very much yesterday. I didn't get much reading done yesterday. I've only got to page like 18. She's married him. She has married him. She didn't want to marry him. Her mum didn't really want her to marry him. And to be fair, he didn't really want to marry her. He's like, she's a child. I've already got a child at home. I don't need another one. But it's more been orchestrated by his sister. And she's sort of willing to raise her and teach her how to be a good wife and how to look after his son, but none of them are really enthralled. Other than that, it's sort of been just sort of lush descriptions of India, which are really beautiful, but I didn't get very far. And do you know why? I went to bingo yesterday. I know it's not really my thing, but it's sort of my family's thing, especially my granddad, who didn't come, but I played on his behalf, and I really wanted to get a win for him, but we only got our money back. I really wanted to get a big win for him, but we just got our money back. So it was a free afternoon out. But then I went out for dinner and watched The Celebrity Traders with my friend. So I didn't really read yesterday. And I can't now because I've got to go to the dentist. Yep, it's dentist time. So I'm going to go to the dentist and then just come back and really crack on with some reading. So I've got to go because guess what? I'm running late. Okay, I'll see you. Well, I'll see you on the walk, and then maybe I'll be crying after because I've spent £400 and I'm in pain. I don't know what's going to happen, but I really have got to go, so bye. It's a bit later in the day. Ignore my hair. I've been laying down. It's gotten cold today. It's the first cold day we've had, so since autumn has hit. But I've just hit part 2, which is page 83. Did I consider giving up on this? I did because I hate starting new books. And there was sort of a lot of characters, and it was sort of just a bit of a it was a sort of bit of like a deep dive, but like a skim. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense, but it's what it was. I don't make the rules. I just say what I feel. But now I'm into it. I'm really enjoying it. She's now older. She's just hit 20. She's just given birth to their child. The night of her 16th birthday, he got in there. That's all I'll say. He was he'd never remembered her birthday before. He remembered that one when he could, But she didn't necessarily have a bad time. He's actually a really nice man. But the curse has just struck. He had a son that she was looking after and she loved as her own. And he, like her father, avoids the water because of this family curse. But she didn't know about the curse. He's just told her now to explain that that's why her son died. He was struck by the curse. He drowned in an irrigation ditch. So he was still on land. He drowned on land. But we're just sort of going to Glasgow. That was in like 1908, I think. Yeah. And now part 2 starts in 1919 in Glasgow. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Don't know what's happening there. But I'm just going to carry on reading. I'm going to have a mince pie. But I've got to eat from the side of my mouth because the bloody dentist. Like, I chipped a tooth where I was grinding my teeth. So I've got a guard now. But I can't eat from the front. and the tooth's higher than my other teeth, so I can really feel it when I like just do that. When I'm doing that, it feels uncomfortable. So I've got to eat from the side for a while. And if it cracks, again, I've got a year warranty on a tooth. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on reading, and I'm glad I didn't give up on it, because I was tempted. But even if I only read 100 pages a day, like I did the challenge of the first vlog, I'll link the playlist down below of these vlogs. It's still going to take me 6 days. So I'm just going to keep reading. I'm not going to put telly on. I'm not going to put any booktube on. I'm just going to eat my mince pie, have my drink, and just read. So I shall see you at some point, I'm sure. Good morning. It's Monday morning. I didn't film at the weekend, didn't pick up the camera because we had a rough weekend. But Monday morning, I've decided to try and get out of that rough weekend. I've decided to try and let those sad days be gone. And we're just going to cry out. I went and had my hair cut this morning. That was anxiety ridden, but it was fine. It was okay. You know, he offered me a drink. That never normally happens. I don't want you to tell you that. But so far, I am not very far into this, to be honest. I've taken the dust cover. What a lovely shade of blue. A deeper shade of blue. Step song there. I'm now on chapter 26, page 218. And last time I left you, we went into part 2, and we went on to Glasgow in the 1930s? It was, I'm pretty sure it was the 19... Yeah. So we just followed this doctor who then came to India and, you know, joined a practice in India. Obviously, India at this time is still under British occupation, which I'm sorry about. I wouldn't let it happen these days. I'd protest. But, yeah, so that was sort of his story. And it took me a while to get into it, but then I was into it, a bit like part 1 of this book. And now we're back in part 2, when we're sort of in the early 1920s now. We're back with the first family, although we did just have a random chapter about someone I'd never heard of, which I don't know why that was there. It's still not sure to me why the doctor's Digby, why his chapter happened. I don't know if it's all going to intertwine at some point. I'm not sure, but I'm enjoying it. Every time I read it, I enjoy it. I just never want to pick it up. We will be doing the prompt jar again, because it's failed. It's failed me by picking me a 600 book. But yes, I'm just intrigued to see where it's all going to intertwine and how it's all going to end up. That's what I'm most intrigued about, I think. But it's nicely written. It's got very lush sort of things, like sad things keep happening. I will say that. Like, there's a lot of it's not a pleasant book to read, if you know what I mean. You know, sad things are going to happen. But I've got no plans today, so I'm going to read a bit more today. But I do have some parcels to open with you first, so I thought maybe we could do that together. I got a couple of parcels here. Both, I do believe, are books. This I ordered from Vinted. This I ordered from, is it Liv Loves? On YouTube, I ordered Fence Volume 5. Because I do want to carry on with this series, and I didn't have Volume 5, and it's quite hard to get in the UK, but showed it for sale, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. Got it for cheaper than it would have been, so I'm very pleased about that. And then here we have a bit of book mail from Pam Macmillan. Now, if you've been here before, you know, if I tear this off in one, I do like to buy myself a book. But I don't... I should be buying myself a book. Let's turn it up this way so it doesn't... I'm trying not to show you my address. We got John of John, the new Douglas Stewart book. Douglas Stewart wrote Young Mungo, and he wrote Shuggy Bane, which won the Booker Prize, which I actually have read. So this comes out on May 21st, 2026. Very excited for this one. Very lucky to have this. And yeah. Oh, I want to pick it up and read it now, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going. Am I? No, I'm not going to do that. I've got other arcs to read first, really. But very excited for this one. And yeah, let's just do some reading today. I'm going to have a day of reading. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get over page 300 today. So I really think it's going to be one book this week, thanks to this, well, not this one, this monster of a book. So I will check out with you when I've read some more. Wait, do you want to know what this is about? Of money and with little to show for his art school education, John Callum MacLeod takes the ferry home to his island of Harris to find out that not much has changed except for him. In the Winstep Croft where he grew up, Cal resumes his old life, caught between the two poles of his childhood. His father John, a sheep farmer, weaver, and pillar of their local Presbyterian church, and his Glaswegian grandmother, Ella, who has kept a faltering pace with her son-in-law for decades. While Cal wonders if any lonely men might be found on the barren hillsides of home, John is dismayed by his son's long hair and how his son seems unwilling to be saved. As the seasons pass, everything is poised to change as the threads holding together the fragile community become increasingly entangled. Very excited. Now, I'll speak to you when I've done a bit more reading. It's only like 3:30, but it's getting dark, so I thought I would just have a little check-in. It's still Monday. I'm now on page 310. So I'm really, I sort of had the day say what I thought I'd have when I didn't work. I actually just sort of sat and read, and I actually did that today for a while, and I'm going to continue to do that now. So, yeah, I'm going to carry on reading this. Like I said, I said I didn't quite get where they fit in, those people. I get it now. It's all starting to come together, and that's what I love. I really sort of love a big epic tale where it all comes together. So I really am liking that. But I did get another parcel, which I believe is more book mail. So we shall find out together. Because if it's not, it's going to be embarrassing. This is the logbooks, Voices of Queer Britain and the Helpline That Listened. This is coming out on January the 29th. This is going to be incredible. I know it is. An intimate history of LGBTQ plus life over 4 decades discovered in a stash of forgotten handwritten notes. Oh, this is going to be incredible. This is going to be incredible. But no, I'm just going to read. I'm going to do nothing but read, and I was going to say wallow in my misery, but I'm not going to do that. That's not fair. So I'm just going to read. I'll check in with you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I got to 400 pages of this last night. I wish I could tell you more what it's about, but there's like characters that have come in it sort of early on in the story that I didn't think would be anything, and now they're like married to the main character, so I'm too far behind. But what I will say now is we're now following, do you remember the 12-year-old who got married at the beginning? We're now following her grown-up son, as he is a writer. He's married to a girl who wants to be an artist. So it's quite interesting. It's just very, I'm choking on the words. It's just very long. It's very long. But I haven't got much time to read today. Well, I've got this afternoon to read. I'm going to go out with my cousin out to have a drink. Not alcoholic. It's 11 a.m. I'm going to have a smoothie, probably. And I'm going to come back, make some content, and then I will read. But yeah, 400 pages. Still got 324 pages to go, which is like a whole book, let's be honest. But it's fine. It's fine. Will I get this read by Thursday? Who knows? I've got to, but I'll try. Good morning. It is now Wednesday. I'm sorry I did not update you yesterday. I went out with my cousin, had a really nice time, saw someone I used to work with. That was a bit awkward. But, yeah, saw someone, and then got back home. I made like a tiny bit of content, and then my nan fell over, so we had to go help her. And the day just went. The day just absolutely went. I tell you, if it's not one grandparent, it's the other. I'm, in this country here, we get carer's allowance, but I don't get it. You have to apply for it. And I'm not really a carer, but I'm sort of caring for free at the minute, I'm the first beck and call at the minute, which is fair enough. Obviously I'll always help, but I just ran out of time to do everything. But I am still reading this. I'm on page 570 now. So I read quite a lot yesterday. I really did knuckle down. Still haven't finished it though. I can't lie to you, I'm sick of this book now. I'm sick of it. It's just sad. There's like a lot of misery happening. Everything, is sort of miserable. Like people just keep dying, and we're now following, do you remember we were following the girl who got married at 12, we were following her son. Now we're following his daughter grown up. So, we're jumping ship. The lady that got married at 12, Big Amici, she's 79 now. She's discussing that she hasn't got long left, and she will just be added to the plethora of people that have died in this book. But yeah, sick of it. I'm just sick of it now. I can't wait for it to end, really. I know it sounds bad, but I'm not going to give up because I've come this far, and there's only 100 and something pages left, 130 40 pages, 50 pages left. So I can do that. I can do that today, I reckon. And then we'll wrap it up tomorrow morning. But yeah, it's been a real slog. I don't think I'll be keeping it in my house necessarily, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, it's going to go on the old unhaul pile. But yeah. So it was just a bit of a day yesterday. So today I'm going to make some content and then read. That's it. I put up a video talking about this book on TikTok, which it's just saying when I put up on Instagram. If you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, it's all linked down below. But I put that on there and it's gone off a bit. It's got like 35,000 views and everyone's been really nice. And then today I woke up and the nasty comments on the video came. So I'm a bit like, oh, it was nice for a while, but yeah, it didn't last. They came out of the woodwork and they said, "Oh, you shut up." So I think I will shut up for a while. But yeah. So I can't go on TikTok now and I'm scared, but other than that, I'm alright. So I'm just gonna continue making content and read. That's the plans for today. And I shall check in with you tomorrow when I have finished this book. Good morning. I finished, by some miracle, The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. And I think it was good, not great. I think it's too long. But I will say, the ending did get me. I was like, well, I didn't see that coming. And I think it just suffers from the fact that there's too many characters. Because by the time you get to Philippous's daughter, whose grandmother is Big Amici, you haven't had enough time with them, even though it's an incredibly long book, because there are other people in here, and then there are random chapters about people who, for example, the village that they live in got a hospital towards the end, and you got a whole chapter about the man who created the hospital, or whose idea it was to put a hospital there, but he had no relevance to the story. So it was like an extra 30 pages that you didn't need, and you could have been spent getting to know the other characters. I just feel it suffered in that respect. But like I said, the ending did get me. Things happened that I didn't see coming, but I just think it was a little bit too much for me, which is weird because I love a big sort of generational story, a big family story where it all interconnects, and this did interconnect really well, and some of the interconnecting did surprise me, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I just feel like it suffered a little bit from that. But it was fine. It was good. I'm not going to say I hated it. It was good. I'm not here to, bash it. It was good. So that's another vlog done. I think we can class this as a bit of a failure. The TBR jar. Should I grab it quick? I've just also seen Frodo's falling down from the top shelf. Oh, I just smacked his head. He's not real. It didn't hurt him. A bit of a failure, wasn't it? Because I just got such a big book. Over 600 pages. It was 714, I think, in the end. And it just destroyed me. So I will do this again soon because I wanted it to go better. I wanted to read a lot of books and I wanted to see what we would have picked. But failure. But for next week's vlog, so the one I'm filming this week, you get to vote. You get to vote on the community page here what I get to read for the week. One is already up, so go vote on that. One's clearly winning, so I think I'll maybe read that one first. But let me know the biggest book you've ever read and how long it took you. Actually, let me know how long it took you, because that took me nearly a week, and that's not great, is it? That wasn't great for me. But yeah, just have a chat to me in the comments. As I always say, it's my favourite thing. So I'm going to thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to really like these. It really helps. And, they're not like the most viewed things that I ever do, but I just have fun doing them. So the likes will really help it. And subscribe, because don't you want to see more of this phase? No, you don't. I understand that. I understand that one. I'm going to speak to you all really, really soon.